All right. All right. Well, since last time we had yesterday off, practice today, leave in the morning for Colorado State, and then see how that goes, and then come back and see what kind of shape we're in, see what kind of situation we're in, and move on from there.
Big opportunity, right?
Yeah, it is. It's a big opportunity for us as far as I think the race is over for first, but it's a big opportunity for us to get another quality win under our belts for postseason play. We've still got a little work to do to be able to do that, but that is something that we have put ourselves in a position to do. Unfortunately, with the non-conference schedule that we played, it made it almost impossible to make a postseason. But to our kids' credit, they've played really well in the league to put themselves back in a position to where we have an opportunity to earn one of those.
How difficult is it to play these guys when they shoot the ball the way they do?
It's very difficult. They're the hardest matchup for us, not only because they're probably the best team, but they're the hardest matchup for us because we just we don't match up well, with them. So they're very difficult for us to play. But we've been playing well, and we'll go up there and take a shot at it.
Sharice got another triple-double. Like, what is she just? That offense really works well for her, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, and she's a good player. And then she's been able to get some people involved early. She always rebounds, and it'll be very rarely that she doesn't score 10 points. Because she gets a lot of shots. So that's usually the easiest thing for her to reach in that stat line. But she rebounds the ball really well. And then it really comes down to if we make enough shots. If she has a legitimate chance to get a triple double.
Did you know right away, Coach, when you took the job that you were going to have to rely on her to do just about everything on the floor?
I didn't know. I didn't really know the personnel, of the team. But after we practiced for a while, it was clear she was, probably one of our better players. Yeah, and as it's progressed, I think she's grown, and I think she's a lot more comfortable. Her maturity level has went way up. I think we coach her extremely hard, and that was something that she wasn't used to. And now she is, and so now I think she handles that well.
Bradbury, she got hurt and then she came back in the game. Is she going to be okay?
She's okay. Yeah, she's fine. Yeah, she practiced all day today. She's fine.
And then Brian, that was probably an exciting thing to see Brian put some threes in. That's what you have to do. And Bavero too. Those are big threes they make. I mean, you
huge,
had to have those.
Huge.
Yeah.
When anybody scores other than Sharice and Rochelle, it's a big deal, and it's very important to us. Very important to us.
You've been trying to get them to do that, though, right?
Well, here's the thing. Nate's capable of making threes. She just has to be able to get them off. And she's a very skilled player, and she's really good. And we talked about it a couple weeks ago in here. When she doesn't get overwhelmed with size and athleticism, she's good. That's what hurts her a little bit. Jada's big and strong, and she's also skilled. She's got to finish a little better around the basket than she did the other day, but she normally does. So yeah, they're capable. They just have to do it in a really specific way.
Was it a plus to get other people involved?
Yeah. Absolutely. Yes. If we can get, I don't know, 20 points out of the rest of our team besides Sharice and Rochelle, I think we can get 40 out of those two. Then if we can get 20 from the rest of them, then we got a real shot.
Like
Most nights.
Yeah.
looked like you used Keller a little differently, where they were passing and she was shooting the ball. I know she missed a couple a couple extra points, but I know I'm always on Keller all the time. But
I don't know why you're on Keller.
no,
I love
I
the
like
kid.
it. No, I loved the way she played this last game. It was great the way they were passing the ball to her. And
Well, they never guard her. Okay, so she's always open. So this time, but usually when we cut her to the basket, they start to guard her. Okay. Well, this time they didn't even guard her under the basket.
no,
Well, she's going to make most of those.
yeah,
So that's the one she got.
yeah.
Now, do you expect Rochelle pretty much night in and night out to get double teamed like she was, and then be
Yeah,
able to-
you need. I'm telling you, I don't know what you got going on Wednesday, but you ought to pull that thing up, because I will be ecstatic if they only double team her. But Colorado State will have a lot more than two on her.
Do you, when you look at the how the conference race shaped up, did you guys do better than what you expected when you first started, or did you think like that's gonna be tough?
Yeah, I didn't know what to expect because I didn't really know the league that well. I think we've played at least as good as we could play, probably over our heads a little bit. The thing that we've always done with teams that I've had and had when we've been successful is don't lose to anybody below you. And it's always hard to beat the good ones. But if you look, we've beaten everybody, and swept them. The Utah State, the Nevada Air Force, San Jose, those are the people behind us. I don't think I'm missing anybody, because you look at it, the really good ones, top half is going to be Colorado State, Wyoming, Boise, UNLV. Okay, well, those four are other than those four, like we've won the rest of them. And so that will allow you to have a successful season. And then once you get a good enough team, now you start beating those guys.
After the last Colorado State game, he said if we would have tried to play man, it would have been a bad scene. So zone, I'm assuming then upcoming, and any special schemes or gimmicks or something to try different so that.
I'd love to sit here and tell you, but we're the only team that give all the secrets away because nobody else has press conferences and because nobody else cares. So we're the only one that tell the other team everything that we're doing before every single game and after every single game. So I'm going to leave that one alone. I would love to tell you because it's a great question, but I'm not going to.
So yes, so something to look forward to.
I hope. I mean, if not, they're going to score 1 million again. So I don't know.
So, Coach, teams who have played Colorado State, are they capable of playing zone because of the way they shoot the three ball?
Yeah, you can, and you can also play 'em man. You look. I mean, they don't. I think they got 78 against us. Their last few games, and I don't have all the exact ones, but like they scored 44 in one. They scored 50-something in an overtime game in one against Fresno, I think it was. So they don't score that all the time. Is what makes them really, really good. They're the best defensive team in the league. And we're second. I think the people shoot, and I'm not going to have them exactly right. You can look them up, but it's 30% or something that they allow teams to shoot. And then, we're second at 33%, something like that. So people that can match up with them, you can guard them and play them man. And we may try to do some of that, but they don't always score like they did. And they don't always shoot it like that. I mean, they made it every single shot in the second half. I mean, I think we could just not guard them at all, and they might not make that many.
Talk a lot about young players, especially the freshmen, late this part of the season. Well, they're not freshmen anymore, so the saying goes. Does that apply to Hannah in particular?
We don't have any more.
Basically, are they moving up and they're elevating their game to the D1?
Hannah's improved tremendously since the beginning of the year. She's improved tremendously.
Anything else?
Yeah, you also have some first-year coaches on your staff. How are they doing in their first year, in their freshman year?
Well, they've got a lot of experience. That bunch has. They've been coaching a long time, so they do just fine. We rely on them heavily.
I have one other question.
Okay.
What about recruiting? Are you still, I thought you were still out recruiting right now for
Yeah.
this next year?
Right.
And we already have 3 girls,
Four
girls
right
that are
now.
coming right now.
That's right.
Okay, but you're still out, okay.
In your mind, I mean, obviously without giving away strategic stuff, what's the biggest thing you have to do to have a shot at Colorado State?
I mean, I think we have to score. You know, I mean, man, you look at them play and you watch some of their games, and I mean, it's painfully hard for the opponent to score.
They won 11 out of 12, that's not easy to do. Playing on the road and at home and that's tough.
Yeah, they've won. What'd they go? 18-0 last year.
Yeah.
And they won the tournament too.
Yeah.
So that's 21.
Yeah.
And then they're 12-2, so that's 33-2.
Yeah.
There, I got my degree too. That's 33-2 in the last 35 conference games. That's, and I don't know, it could be more than that if you went back the year before that, but in the last 35, they've won 33, so it's not very often they get beat.
Anything else, Coach?
That's it.
Okay, thanks guys, appreciate it.